Welcome, folks, to another episode within the Vampire Venue. This one shall see one Antonio, or Anthony, or I apologize, I forget your name, but it seems to be the name of a little Tremere walking about, and wishes to see a member of the court. The scene shall open with the little Tremere exiting an elevator and standing before the office of one Nero Bagger. Inside of the office, the little Tremere can hear what looks like a violin music and what sounds like some huffing and puffing, actually.
Antonio steps off the elevator with his looking basically that guy right there. Um, he he's using his cane. He's not really walking with it, more like being slightly pompous about it.
Using a pip cane, right? Use the
Yeah,
pip cane.
he takes it.
Antonio is starting the pimp walk. Starting the pimp walk.
He pops it up into his hand and raps on the door with the silver head, or it looks like it's some kind of metal.
Okay. It takes a few minutes, but the huffing and puffing seems to momentarily not soften a bit. And the door is open. Inside, you will see the not magnificent and somewhat practical and somewhat homely office of one Jonathan Nero Bagger. On the sides of the wall, there is a collection of antique and modern weaponry, not too much on the modern side. A few pistols, and also intermixed with the little bits of weaponry is a very nice collection of orchestrative and classical musical instruments. It's and in the center you will see what looks like to be one person sparring with in a sparring gear setup. He's got the fencing mask on, and he's got the not white fencing gown, more like a red. A deep red. He seems to find that comforting. And as the doors open, the person will take it off. I reckon you're here for the appointment, Sonny Jim.
Good evening, Mr. Bagger, I presume?
Mm-hmm. He says, putting away some what looks like to be a long sword to the side. And how may this office how may this office serve you, good sir?
Yes, I heard through my own channels that the city he looks around to see if there's any other people in the office.
There looks to be one woman, the woman that opened the door, or also decked out in fencing gear as well, with looks like to be extra padding.
I heard there was a new leader, you could say, among my associates. I heard that this was his office, and that you are him, Mr. Bagger. You can likely tell that he's not certain if this woman is a ghoul or a random mortal you just decided to take up fencing with. He has a very thick Spanish accent. He looks to be about in his 50s.
Well, if you're asking if there's a new lawman in town, I ain't it. I'm just a glorified clerk. You'd make sure the city doesn't fall into chaos. well, preferably fall into controlled chaos.
Kind of glances towards the woman who opened the door. Well, maybe lawman. He thinks for a second, as though he's not quite sure what word to use, as English is clearly not his first language. It's like, I'm sorry, I do not know the correct word to use, but I've heard that there were leaders in the city, and that you are a new, well, you might say glorified clerk if you so choose. I believe Senor Silas told me where to find you.
Senor who?
Oh, Silas.
Ah, Silas. Yes. And of course, because the prince cannot be duly bound to deal with his own frivolous services, he must mete out amongst the people. It reckons it falls down to his dimnare seneschal. Uh, again, and as the word again, the woman from the door closes the door, walks over to Nero, and does a defensive stance. And as Nero takes a similar one. Well, what can I do for you? You might have to speak up a little bit louder. Sometimes the clanking and clacking get pretty loud.
Well, I wanted to introduce myself to our new seneschal. I have not had the chance of being in the city, well, very much lately, as my business takes me elsewhere, clan business.
It's like, right. And who can I say? Clank, clank, hank, hank, crack, heck, heck is and visiting me in my office.
Forgive me, senor. My name is Antonio de la Vega.
Well, Anthony, clan business must be really important. Venture stock holdings, and underwater graffiti. And this alright flips a few different times, and then finally stands on the ground. Because I know you ain't a rose.
I heard that that clan had suffered a bit of misfortune as of late in this city.
You might have to be a little bit more specific. Because I don't think I understand what you're quite getting at, sir.
Oh no, only that I have not met a Toreador in the city since, well, I haven't seen Senor Peck in a while.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How interesting. So, again, I say, you are not a rose, but you do not impart your clan to me. You are a recognized individual in this city, but you have no clan representation.
Well, different clans have only one member, and until Senor Peck disappeared, his clan had only one member in this city. I,
Anthony, you're dancing around the question.
my clan business was regarding the fact that we have only one in the city.
Mm-hmm. Again, I want to hear. I want to hear your words. I want to see your lips create the syllables and consonants that say your clan.
He smiles, um, moving his cane to his other side. Uh, well, I do believe that, well, I hail from Clan Tremere, of course.
There we
He says
go,
it
Sonny
just,
Jim.
he just says it as if it was a normal everyday occurrence.
There you go, Sonny Jim. You don't have to be ashamed of yourself, although you rightly should be, you son of a bitch. Bitch. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Here's a little spiel. Bill, I can't force you to tell anyone else what your clan is. All I require is that you tell this office. As long as you tell this office, you're fine. And if you, like I told the other one, if you want to find a representation elsewhere, that's fine. We don't care.
Well, there are interesting things regarding our clan. Some rumors and misinformation that has been spread other places among circles. Some of it may be true, but
Mm, all I know is that the last one of the prosperous clan that you hail from, the last one that claimed any sort of then their authority un and status, uh, freaked out the local wildlife, and then the local wildlife started to come down heavy on him. And then you have the mess in which we have right now, where I cannot fool, where being Tremere is akin to being a political liability element in what was once a very solid clan foundation. You understand where I'm getting at.
yes, which is the reason why they have not sent reinforcements. The region has told us to stop fucking up the things for the clan, so I'm really the only one here.
Ah, Regent Penelope.
Yes, it is not a very happy time when an elder of the clan has to clean up for his younger cousins.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If they were still
And I
alive,
will,
heads would roll.
exactly, exactly. And I will tell you once again, this office, like I told the other one, this office does not know of any of your little visiting towers. We don't touch that. We don't know where it is. And frankly, I don't care. So if you have your own little place to stay, fan frickin' tastic.
Well,
Being
we
in
have
this being in the city, I just want to know what domain do you control here? What businesses do you claim, and how can this office refer to you again?
he produces a card and kind of just passes it, puts it on the desk. Like that number can reach me. We were given domain in the city college, which I've been working on strengthening that. And yes, I
Nero,
know that I should stay the hell away from the university.
Nero goes to one of the we'll call it big rows of books. That's the maybe one of one or two that'll intelligent oddities. He picks up what looks to be a ledger, pulls it out, plops it on the ground. Sir Antonio, oh, you may claim this domain, but mm, 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 it has not been claimed before. It seems like the locals, you may have a little bit of run-in with the locals about who actually controls what universities. But I cannot simply give you this domain simply because you need to control it. You need to bring it under your whim. And once you do that, your claim will be recognized. Until then, your claim is contested by, I think they call themselves the Pointy Hats. I ain't really sure, but it'll be known that the office knows that
No,
you
they
wish to
are in the
claim it.
university, though, not the city college.
University, city, college, all books. It's a place of learning, and just if you want it, make sure it's clean of everything else. Else, put it in your booking, and I will get to it in my good time.
As you wish, Senor Seneschal.
All right. So I don't think that you will wish to peddle your little magician magic to this office, are you?
Whatever do you mean? I am a loyal member of the Camarilla. I would never dream of doing anything against the members of the court.
Hmm. There seems to be a little moment of disappointment, but right, on to business. Right. Of course. I would never expect that. No treachery from Tremere. No. One of the most solid pillars of Dimne, our community in which we sit ourselves upon. Now, I will give you this little bit of information. There is a brew hall in Harlem, goes by Limey. He's the current harpy right now, currently our only harpy. As far as the Aethian situation is concerned, I would try to talk to Miss Lady Sheridan if you can. And uh, the sheriff is a gangrel by the name of Frank Green. I've heard that he is eh, I've heard that he stopped the plane with his face. Not quite sure I believe that one. As you know, the prince is a Nosferatu, who who a Nosferatu that likes to keep a clean business suit.
He just kind of smiles, not really revealing that he actually knows all of this because it was reported to him as it happened. Uh, well, and I know that for the most part, other beings will generally leave us alone if we don't fuck with them. It would be a prudent idea for us all.
Listen, Mr. Vega, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I told the last one. The last person here that claimed from your heritage, claimed from your bloodline. New York is a Fabergé egg. Now, his Fabergé egg has special little bits of pizzas everywhere. Now, he turns his hand to the side. This is New York currently. It is a cracked Fabergé. It is a cracked Fabergé egg with all the little bits and gems and pieces and dime and scattered across, confused and mingled. So you may come to a point in which there will be a dispute of interest, a dispute of goals. It is not my place to say whether you should relent or confront such people. All I'm saying is there are consequences for things you may not even understand or consider. In fact, there may be consequences for stuff you didn't even do. You know, like my office right here, being the senator. I didn't do anything for this, but I'm reaping the consequences for it.
Like pissing off werewolves and getting yourselves killed. He kind of smiles, um, almost betraying a little bit of bitterness at his predecessors, but not really. Or he's trying not to, at least.
Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, oh, Antonio de la Vega. That's a mighty mouthful of word now, isn't it? Anyways, what is your future like in this Snare City, or is that also a clan business?
Well, I seek to restore the standing of my clan, obviously. Restore our holdings that we once had. Which, as you said, will take work. But
Mr.
I have an eternity to work my plans, yes?
Mr. Antonio, I wish you and your clan the best of luck in reclaiming your lost findings. I'm pretty sure you will have someone will be sending you help. New York is too much of a figurehead, a lost bastion in this new world for people to look at, and for people not to take notice. I'm pretty sure you will do well or meet the sun. Either or. Your fate is
Yes, that
within your
is
own
true for
hands.
most of our
What shall you do now?
well,
Go ahead.
that is for me to decide. He smiles.
Mm. The one known as near what's known as Mr. Bagger in this scene so far goes to one of the shelves and picks up what looks like Scott great Scottish Braves, a great sword from the great land of Scotland. There we go. Passes it over to his fencing partner. Picks up what looks to be a little dagger. Now, if you have anything really, really specific to tell me, you kind of have to concentrate for this next one.
Of course. Have a good night, Mr. Beck. He turns
Don't be a stranger.
and leaves.
All
Mm,
right, all right.
in his
And
mind,
he will leave. Oh, okay, okay. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
he's like, little prick must be a adventurer. He gets in the elevator and leaves.
Hmm. And unbeknownst to Anthony de Vega, yep, yep, from inside through the huffing, puffing battle, battle, the little prig takes his little prig and will score a touch, barely missing the great sword by nary an inch. It's always a little tough with this one. Little prick, am I? And from there, we'll stop the scene there. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.